Hey guys, I picked up a few indie games recently for a really good price. One of them is this game Vicktor. Vicktor is an action platformer by Shore Studios. It looks like they have a few titles under their belt, none of which look that appealing in my opinion, besides this game Vicktor. Starting off, one thing I admire about this game is that I can see the developer really tried. This is an all-around complete game, filled with a story, upgrades, multiple levels, hidden items, and different difficulties. The story behind Vicktor is that two realms are existing in a fragile state. The underworld and the overworld. The balance between them has become broken due to a burning lust for power by the ruler of the underworld, Mephistopheles. He laid siege to the overworld. The leader of the overworld, Zane, sent out 6 of his most powerful elders to defend this assault. However, the power of Mephistopheles was too great, and the overworld's armies were overran. Instead of destroying the 6 elders of the overworld, Mephistopheles offered them a bargain for their life. Join him and be granted immense power. The elders, blinded by fear and compelled by hopelessness, accepted his offer, betraying the overworld. With the elders now on the side of Mephistopheles, all balance came crashing to an end, and hope was lost for the overworld, until Zane called on the power of one last ally, Viktor, a legion enforcer and brother of Zane, who has vowed to defeat Mephistopheles and bring retribution to the traitorous elders he had once served. And this is where your adventure begins. Upon starting, you'll be dropped into the first level, the Gate Fortress. After defeating that level, you'll get to choose which stages you want to visit next. There are 8 stages in total, one remains hidden until you complete all the others. All of the stages have a unique atmosphere and some unique enemies, along with a boss encounter where you will kill the elders that have betrayed you. Most of the enemies you encounter though are going to be recycled from previous levels, so you'll be very familiar with them. You control Viktor, who has an arsenal of guns that you can unlock. The guns lay hidden away along with a few other upgrades and special items, which you'll have to go out of your way to look for. I beat this game and only found 3 of the 6 guns available, so I definitely skimped on the exploration side, but it's there if you so desire. Other than his guns, you have an Unleash ability which emits a blast around you, destroying enemies within its radius. This ability along with your guns are upgradable. You collect gold from enemies and from crates that you can break open. Also at the end of levels, you're given a letter grade for how well you did. You're awarded gold depending upon your grade, so if you don't suck, you can prosper. You can reach the upgrade screen from the stage select screen, which looks like this. The movement of Viktor and his attacks works like a 2-stick shooter, one joystick to move him and one to aim your guns. He also has a shadow step move which will be used as a dodge or to transport through walls and obstacles. Certain levels or bosses will have you using this a lot, and I found it was a cool addition, and it definitely led to some inspired uses as a mechanic. In fact, the funnest parts of levels were when I was dashing through walls avoiding electrical fields, or on one of the bosses, which was an intense and really fun to play against battle, where it will have you escaping his projectile while avoiding crushers on both sides of you as you shotgun blast his face, trying also to avoid slimes that are spawning out of sewer pipes. Super fun boss battle. Other than that though, the levels are very lackluster, and not much fun to play through. An atmosphere is presented in all of the stages, and they're all different as I said earlier. But the art style is what killed it for me. It looks like a Flash game. I wish we would have seen some 16-bit graphics here. I found myself getting used to the aesthetics at times, and then snapped right out of immersion by an enemy that looked like he was copied and pasted on a wall, or just a ridiculous looking derpy boss that I couldn't take too seriously. The last level is the best, and it was super fun. If somehow we got all the action from that last level in the previous, this game could have been really good. The last level took every mechanic that the game showed you and just made an awesome level to journey through. Other than that, the level seemed bare and just lacking inspiration, minus a few parts. The bosses though, they're great. The designer of the game did an awesome job on them, and they all felt like rewarding encounters. They were the highlight of my adventure through this game, and some proved to be quite difficult. I skipped a couple until I was able to afford better upgrades to fight them, and I can kinda see why the developer states this game being inspired by Mega Man and Castlevania. I got that feel now and again. The game retails for $8. If you can get this on sale for less than that, I'd recommend it. It took me around 3 hours to beat this on normal, and it kept me fairly engaged. In the end though, the art style and stages feeling lackluster is really what stops me from saying go play this now. The music is decent and the controls feel fine. I think this had an opportunity to be much better than it is. Some very solid ideas were presented, and I appreciated them, and an effort to touch on some replayability with the title was also given, but in the end it's more of a meh, not bad. And it didn't really leave me with the desire to find more items or secrets by replaying. This is Late Night Retro. Thank you for watching. Until next time.